A girl fell in love with a guy in her college. They started talking to each other, even though he was her senior. When the final exams arrived, they both studied seriously and wrote their exams. But the guy failed, while the girl passed and was promoted to the next class. Because he became a dropout, they lost their chance to meet each other in college. They stayed apart for a few weeks. Finally, the guy found a way to meet her again. He became a van driver for the college bus, just so he could see her. And when she saw him again, their love continued. As time passed, the next semester exams arrived. She studied hard and passed all her subjects with first-class marks. For her higher studies, she needed to join another college. But destiny had other plans. Her father suffered a huge loss in his business and became bankrupt. Because of the financial situation, he decided to stop her education. She couldn't join another college, and she lost the chance to meet her lover again. However, both of them still had each other's phone numbers. Even though they were apart, they continued communicating and kept their love alive. As time went on, the couple wanted to get married. But how? They already knew their families would never agree, especially because he still didn't have a proper job. So they quietly planned to run away. They spent months waiting for the right moment. Around this time, the neighbor entered the story. The neighbor was a software employee who had just returned home after a long gap for vacation. One day, the girl and the neighbor casually started talking about life, work, and other small things. The neighbor didn't know anything about her love story. The next evening, the girl introduced her friend Swapna to the neighbor. Days passed. One day, the neighbor randomly met Swapna in a shopping mall. They exchanged a simple hi. The next day, he told the girl, "I met your friend Swapna in the mall yesterday." The girl immediately reacted. "Oh, you should have seen her with her boyfriend. She goes there to meet him secretly." This was a lie, but the neighbor believed it because he didn't know the girl deeply or her real intentions. Here, the girl was planning her elopement. To protect her plan, she used the neighbor's trust and started telling a fake love story about Swapna so that no one suspects her. The neighbor unknowingly got pulled into her plan. The neighbor started believing all the girl's lies, without realizing he was slowly getting trapped in her plan. One day, the girl secretly put some money in the neighbor's bike without him noticing. Later, she texted him saying, "I put money on your bike. Please send that money to Swapna's brother's account." The neighbor was confused and asked her, "Where did you get this money?" The girl lied again. "Swapna gave this money to my aunt at the shopping mall, and I borrowed some money from a girl in college." The neighbor never asked the girl's aunt about the money. He simply believed every word she said. In reality, the girl and her lover were collecting money to run away. One day, the neighbor decided to tell the girl's father everything about the money, the strange situation, and his confusion. But when he went to their house, the girl was sitting right beside her father, and there was no private moment to speak. So the neighbor returned home silently, without discussing anything. He didn't know it yet, but he was already inside their escape plan, unknowingly helping them. A few days passed, and the girl again asked the neighbor for some money. The neighbor asked her, "Why? What is the money for?" The girl replied, "Swapna's brother is in the hospital. She asked me for help, but I don't have any money. If you give it now, she will return it to you once she comes back home." Hearing this, the neighbor felt mercy for the boy in the hospital. Without doubting anything, he transferred the money to Swapna's brother's account. A week later, the girl ran away with her lover. When her father realized she was missing, he asked the neighbor for help in finding her. The neighbor told him everything that happened, the money, the messages, and the lies he believed. With the neighbor's help, they brought the girl back home on the same day she ran away. But still, the girl's parents blamed the neighbor, saying it was his mistake for sending money to her friend's account. The truth is, the neighbor had no idea about the girl's love story. She always told him, "The money is for Swapna's brother." He believed every lie because he trusted her and had no reason to suspect anything. So who was at fault? Just comment below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into the story. The neighbor? The parents? Or the girl? 1. The neighbor, not at fault. He was innocent. He trusted the girl because she spoke confidently, emotionally, and used hospital reasons. Any normal person would help in that situation. He didn't know her secret plans. 2. The parents, partially at fault. They blamed the wrong person. They didn't know the full story and reacted emotionally. Their daughter used the neighbor without his knowledge. 3. The girl, main person at fault. She lied repeatedly, used the neighbor's trust, created fake stories, took money in the name of a hospital, hid her real intentions, pulled an innocent person into her escape plan. The neighbor was manipulated. The parents were angry but blinded by stress. But the girl knowingly planned everything. So the real answer is, it was the girl's mistake, not the neighbor's. The neighbor was a victim of her lies. The parents were emotional and misunderstood. But the girl was the one who created the entire trap. Let's comment your opinion, guys. See you in next video.